So what is cellulosic ethanol? Well, it is a fuel derived from the polysaccharide cellulose. Cellulose is an indigestible compound to many organisms, yet plays an important role in nature, helping maintain the structure of many plants. It is one of the most abundant macromolecules in existence. 100 billion tons of it are synthesized yearly by plants. Is cellulosic ethanol a realistic solution? Well, it could be a viable alternative to petroleum-derived fuel and our dependence on foreign oil. High productivity is possible because of its availability and the abundance of the starting materials, mainly cellulose. Plus, it poses a slight environmental advantage over gasoline. So how is cellulosic ethanol made? Well, the process which manufactures cellulosic ethanol begins by harvesting cellulose-rich products. These include woody plants, grasses, and recycled papers. The process ends when the starting materials are reduced to simpler molecules and then converted into ethanol. Cellulosic ethanol is manufactured mainly by two processes: the thermochemical process and the biochemical process. The biochemical process takes biomass and chemically decomposes it to simple sugars, mainly hemicellulose, which is then hydrolyzed with enzymes. Contrast this with the thermochemical process, which turns biomass, mainly lignin, into gases, CO and H2, which are then converted into ethanol using a catalyst. This diagram here summarizes the process of manufacturing cellulosic ethanol.
So global change issues. What are the benefits of having cellulosic ethanol globally? For one, it's readily available from the woody parts of trees and plants to perennial grasses, etc. Meaning like it's all around us. Another thing is it reduces the net carbon dioxide emission to zero. And since the U.S. imports a lot of oil from Brazil and other countries, it would reduce the need for importation because they'd be more self-reliant. And another thing is that the growing carbon footprint would also be reduced because, as I said before, the net carbon dioxide emission goes to zero, so the footprint wouldn't grow as a result. And this diagram shows the general process of the creation of cellulosic ethanol. Here's a general equation for the cost of cellulosic ethanol production. The important part is that cellulosic ethanol has this thing called PP, which is the price of excess electric power byproduct to be sold, which is cents per kilowatt hour. In comparison to the production of corn ethanol, the PP is renewable as its electric power, which makes it more resourceful than corn ethanol. And on that note, the effectiveness of the production comes from the fact that it's said to be 8 cents lower than gas prices per liter at $2.60 per liter per gallon. There are savings, but of course the process still needs to be optimized, which can happen if the process is further looked into. And as a result, by reusing the residues from the process as well, the price could be lowered even more. So there's chances for it to be more optimal.
Criticisms. Tar builds up in the purification process. The cost of production tends to be higher than other fuel options. If it has to be produced at a large scale, where is the land going to come in order to grow it? Also, ethanol has a low fuel mileage. Implementations. It can be implemented into other commercial fuels. It has not been implemented much yet, but once better and cheaper enzyme and catalytic converters are found, then it will improve E85. Examples of implementations are there are the E85 fuel. Also, there are Indy racers who use 100% ethanol in their cars, and in Brazil, all cars must use at least 20% ethanol.